届琼斯盃美国队除了总教练 Russell Turner 大有来头，曾经与 NBA 球星 Tim Duncan、Stephen Curry 合作过，教练 Ryan Badrtalei 更是曾经与传奇球星 Kobe Bryant 合作，成为他的训练师长达9年时间。当年 Kobe 想在家里附近寻找可以重训的场地，因缘际会之下结识 Ryan， 并成为长期合作的伙伴。
We're very similar in how we think, Kobe and I, and that's so that's why I say it's really not an accident because when he needed to train at 4 o'clock in the morning. That was normal for me, and so I was there for him every morning that he trained. I mean, everyone knows all the stories about him training at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., how hard he worked, and none of that was surprising for me. So we were able to build a relationship through training and hard work, and then over time, we built a personal relationship through that. And it took a little bit of time, but it was all professional for at least the first couple years, and then we got really close, personally as well. Our families are both really close, and so it became more than basketball, which was really special.
在他与 Kobe 合作的时间里，两人的关系已经超越教练、选手，而是升华为朋友、家人的关系。湖人在2009-2010赛季夺冠之时，老大也没有忘记这位长期陪伴自己的训练员。
After they won the championship in 2010, his agent called me, and I was really close with his agent as well. He said, Ryan, can I get your ring size? And I said, what do you need my ring size for? And he said, well, Kobe wants to get you a championship ring. And I said, Rob, that's not why I do this. I'm not a part of the team. This isn't, I just help him. That's not important to me. And he's like, no, Kobe wants you to have this. I said, no, Rob, it's okay. And so I forgot about it. I never really thought anything more about it. I thought Rob had listened to me and Kobe had listened to me. And so he calls me after he retired in 2016. He said, hey, I need you to come over to my office. And I said, okay. And I went to his office a lot, and we talked, and we had lunch, we did different things like that. And he's at his desk, his big desk with pictures on the wall of all his inspirational people. I said, Kobe, what's up? You want me to come down here? Usually we just talk on the phone. And he pulls, out from under his desk this big box. And I wasn't thinking anything of it. I'm like, why are you giving? What is this? And he's like, this is for you. And so I opened it up, and it was that ring from that championship that he kept in his desk for years, all the way until he retired. It was pretty cool. At that moment, I was shocked, but I also remembered that conversation years ago with his agent. I was like, you still did it even though I didn't want you to give that to me. So it was pretty cool, but we're so close. He was one of my best friends, and so it was just a cool experience. It was really cool.
这段在自己执教的生涯当中最难忘的经验，也深深影响着 Ryan， 在未来希望将这份曼巴精神永远传承下去。
Sorry, I get emotional and talk a lot about it, but I'm okay. Thank you. My coaching and my training is all based on who I am, and then also what I learned from him. And so the way that I pass along, his legacy is how I coach, how I train, how I go about my business. My mentality and my approach every day is inspired by him, shaped by him. I mean, so many of my experiences were dictated by how he was, and so. When you work with him, you have to rise yourself to a certain level, have a certain mentality. You have to be really resilient when things are hard. You have to be relentless when the time comes. He never, good enough was never good enough for him. And so I'm really hard on my players. And a big part of that is because of him. And it's really become a part of who I am as a coach, and how I coach and how I push our players, and how I always ask them for more, to always find the best version of themselves, because everybody's different. But that's what he taught me more than anything, is there's always more. I can always push harder. I can always be an inspiration to other people. He lived that every day, and so if I can do that, and if I can help young people find that within themselves, then I'm helping, continue his legacy in terms of his mentality, his approach, his toughness, his work ethic. Continue to push yourself, to enjoy that process, to love what you do. He lived that. Like, he really embodied that, and he did it every day, and he was real about it. He didn't just talk about it. A lot of people talk about it. He lived it.